was 20, and she's joining from IIM Ahmedabad library now. So I think we should go ahead. Let me see if if we are live or not. मेरे ख्याल से I think we are live. I think we are live. Let me check. Give me 30 seconds. All right, cool guys. Welcome to the session. I hope we are live. If you all can hear me, if you all can see me, एक बार ये बस comment कर देना that the AV is good. And I think once everything is good, we can go ahead with the session. Guys, can you all hear me? Okay, cool. Perfect. Thank you so very much for the confirmation. Okay, guys. So this is the entire faculty pool. Couple of them will be joining eventually. Everybody wanted to see Vaibhav sir. Everybody wanted to see Manohar sir categorically because Shanky has been in touch with students from a quite long period of time. अर्पित सर ने अभी सेशन लिया है. अर्पित सर सेशन लेके आए हैं. मेरे ख्याल से it was what, like geometry था या फिर arithmetic था? अर्पित, what was it?
It was algebra.
Algebra. You can ease out now. We are in the session. So cool, guys. Thank you so very much, everybody joining in. Okay.
By Srishti, I think Srishti bhi join kiya hai.
Srishti is also there. Acha,
Yeah.
chalo. Srishti. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm just gonna do the moderation wala kaam aaj. Okay. You guys can go ahead, take 30 seconds, introduce yourself, and I'll keep on adding. Jo bhi faculties are there. We'll start with Supreet first, the youngest one to make it to IIM Ahmedabad. Supreet, welcome on board. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello everybody. First of all, to the entire faculty of C2C mentors, thoda late hai with Happy Teachers Day. It is because of few people that I am where I am right now. Also, a little about me. I'm currently a PGP1 at IIM Ahmedabad. And last year, I gave my CAT, graduated in the first attempt. I'm a fresher from SRTC, and I have my graduation in economics.
Okay, cool. By the way, Supreet, such a great thing. Yeah, you were trained by Shanky, Manohar, Vaibhav, and I was also there. And मेरे ख्याल से Srishti ma'am was also there on board when it comes to GDP. So feels good. Feels good, right? Cool. Who want to go next? Manohar, Shanky, Arpit. Come on, just take
Shanky, go for it, na.
Shanky, go ahead, man.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Shanky, and I have been taking LRDS sessions at C2C Mentor since last 3 years now. And I have given CAT multiple times, and I have secured more than 99 percentile each and every time. So I think now I'll pass on the chat to Manohar to introduce himself.
Everybody knows Manohar. Manohar के videos काफी भयंकर हो चुके थे verbal के. Everybody knows Manohar, but yeah, Manohar, still want to have a quick introduction.
Yes,
फिर journey
it's
भरने में
been
जाएंगे.
a while with C2C. Yes, bhai. काफी time बाद I'm on camera in front of students right now. Hi guys, my name is Manohar Usmani, and I primarily do strategy with C2C and also take VARC and LRDS sometimes. I've been a student at FMS and right now I'm working in Amazon ads as program manager, and it's always fun to teach, and I'm never going to stop doing this. So definitely fun to work with Ketan bhai and take a lecture or even be recording a strategy video, because CAT has been such a big part of my life at this point.
I know. So, okay. Manohar, thanks for that. I'm gonna anyway come back to you because of the motivating story that sales say FMS and CAT wet nikalna. So we're gonna talk about that. Vaibhav sir, आपकी अलग लेवल की fan following है. So एक बारी बता देना बच्चों को what do you do currently, and how has the journey been यार, एक बारी बच्चों को brief कर देना.
टीचिंग तो अभी ऐसा लगता है खून का पार्ट हो गया है.
अरे
yeah, it's been fun and I don't intend to leave anytime soon. And about my current scenario, I am working in Dubai as a marketing specialist for a consulting firm, and side by side teaching.
Okay. Vaibhav, I think Vaibhav at Manohar has been with me from 2019 when we started, and मेरे ख्याल से Shanky also.
2018.
2018. That's right. So we go long time back, man. Anyway, Arpit sir, आप बच्चे हैं, आप everybody knows you, but I still want to have your kind of introduction.
Sure. Thank you. My name is Arpit Jain. I have done my MBA from IIM Kozhikode. Currently, I am working as an investment banker at EY and has been a part of C2C for almost 8 months and currently doing teaching as an instructor for Quant and LRDR.
So Arpit sir is basically taking care of data interpretation along with Shanky and Quants also. एक बार chat में OP हो जाए सब लोगों के लिए. Srishti ma'am, do you want to switch on your cam and talk to us?
Yeah, hi everyone. I have been trying to open my video, so it said that it was disabled. Yeah.
Perfect. Is that I am Kozhikode still? My goodness. Manohar, देख रहा है ना तू?
Promoting I am Kozhikode still.
Perfect.
Like sir already mentioned, I'm a recent graduate from IIM Kozhikode and I have joined the consulting firm working as an associate consultant. So talking about life after college, I'm still on a call at office. So that's going alongside. Okay, apart from that, like all of you guys have met Arpit, Manohar, Shanky sir, Ketan sir, Vaibhav and Supreet. All of us have tried to help you guys with our journey because we also started from scratch and C2C has helped us reach wherever we are currently. So that's what we try to do for you guys as well. So that's what.
Awesome. I'll take a quick question, जिसके लिए बच्चे अभी बहुत परेशान हैं. There are around about 80 days left or 90 days left, 3 months left, right? We all had the same stuff, right? 3 months to CAT हो जाएगा क्या? 2 महीने CAT हो जाएगा क्या? A month में CAT हो जाएगा क्या? 15 days में हो जाएगा क्या? So I'll start with Supreet, right? You were with us last year. And in the month of September, right? You might have felt कि यार 3 महीने में कैसे करना है? 90 days में कैसे करना है? You want to give some strategies or some ideas to students who are following right now कि यार करना कैसे है 3 महीने में?
So, what I feel right now is being on a panel with the gods, how can I give any strategy or advice? But seriously, Shanky sir, Vaibhav sir, Ketan sir, so constant guidance था ना. From outside, when you talk to other people, you'll hear things like मैंने इतने mocks दे दिए, मैंने ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया. But I had started my mocks in August, so it's September beginning right now, and trust me, it's doable. Like if up till now you've completed like 50 to 60% of the syllabus in each category, like for quants, if you've done AAG as Vaibhav sir tells, or agar LRDI का चल रहा है, constant practice 2 sets, 3 sets a day, and if we are able to maintain this pace, because we do not also have to overload ourselves, because exhaust हो जाएंगे, then we won't be able to function that well. So 90 days is still enough. If you feel that you're scoring a little less in mocks right now, I feel it's okay. There's still time to cover up, because you have to gradually increase your pace and your efforts. So I feel it's a good time to pull up. Well, you don't have to be very relaxed at this moment. 90 days is here, so बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, but you don't have to take too much pressure as well. It's doable.
Perfect. By the way, let me introduce Supreet. Supreet was a student with C2C Mentors last year. She converted IIM Ahmedabad at the age of 20. She hails from SRCC. Pretty bright student, and she's currently attending this session from IIM Ahmedabad ka library. Right? So that's a great motivation. So जितने भी बच्चे देख रहे हैं, सुन लेना जो भी कहेंगे. मैं तो डेली आता हूँ YT लाइफ पे, मतलब मेरे ख्याल से 7 दिन में से 4 दिन तो मैं आता हूँ YT लाइफ पे. मेरा तो चल रहा है 3 साल से. That's not a problem. But ये लोग exclusive है, इतनी बातें सुन लेना. You should be fine. Now 3 months to CAT. Anybody wants to take a dig at it? Shanky, you want to give some advice? बहुत परेशान है बच्चे कि अरे पता नहीं हो पाएगा. What was like your idea when you started like 3 months to CAT?
Sir, so in the last 3 months, I was basically focusing on कि basics का part तो हो गया था मेरा तब तक. बच्चों का भी almost अपनी class में C2C में basics का part हो चुका है अभी तक. तो I shifted to the advanced section, and as well as I shifted to the sectional test as well. So for the September entire month, I gave the sectional test as well as practice for the advanced question from LOD2 and the ebooks that were provided to me.
Hmm.
Post that, in the month of October and November, I shifted to full length mocks and I gave mocks rigorously. I think close to 40-45 mocks I gave, and after that I went for the CAT exam. So that was it from my side.
Okay, fair enough. Arpit sir.
Yeah. So of course, 3 months is left, and it will definitely add pressure on students. But I believe that this is the only time where you have to manage this pressure, first of all, because many of students would lose focus in this time period of 3 months, and this is the time where actually you can categorize who are the serious candidates and who are the non-serious candidates. Whosoever would be the serious candidate would only be focusing on its preparation and its efforts. So I believe that efforts is the only key. Best of your ability if you would be putting in these 3 months. So definitely CAT or be it any other exam is quite clearable.
आपको थोड़ा हड़काना है जो बच्चे सीरियस नहीं है अभी उनको थोड़ा हड़काना है क्या एडवाइस दोगे उनको जो सीरियस नहीं है अभी भी लगे पड़े नेटफ्लिक्स कर रहे हैं चिल मार रहे हैं अर्पित सर ऑन अ वेरी सीरियस नोट व्हाट वुड बी योर एडवाइस यार कुछ बच्चे सोच रहे मैं अगले साल कर लूंगा इस बार मैं टाइम पास कर लूंगा
नहीं frankly speaking they already know that उनका क्लियर नहीं होगा इसलिए वो नेटफ्लिक्स कर रहे हैं अगर उनको पता होता उनका क्लियर होना होता तो they won't be doing Netflix at this point of time जिनको पता है उनका होना है अहमदाबाद होना है बेंगलोर होना है कोईकोड होना है they are already in the process they are not those students who really want to be told about this fact that 3 months down the line they do have CAT right
cool Manny what's your take on this
Yeah. So actually very quantitatively, let's take this. So in September, the frequency of my mocks per week would be 2. So there are 4 weeks. So essentially I'm taking 8 mocks in that month. Similarly, the frequency of my mocks in October will be 3 per week. Okay, so उसमें हो जाएगा मेरे 12 mocks. So in September and October, I'm almost clearing 20 mocks. And November में, then the frequency is every day because तभी तो I'm even taking break from my work. ठीक है? आराम से 30 mock तो हो जाते scale. Even if November में मैंने 10 दिन ही mock दिया है, ठीक है? So now essentially, what are the key takeaways from these mocks, right? Because before September is the time, as Shanky rightly pointed out, कि basics तो हो गए. Right, तो तुमने सारे टॉपिक्स का बेसिक्स तो देख लिया. नाउ इज द टाइम टू टेक द लर्निंग्स फ्रॉम योर मॉक्स आल्सो, right? So now is the time to identify which is your strength part in each department, right? In LRDI or Quants or even verbal ability, what exactly is something that you need to work on and what is something that you need to capitalize your marks on in future. So this entire month should be dedicated to that. And as Supreet mentioned, that marks does not matter, and this is the exact reason, right? Especially when you're giving a test and you know that in an IIM or BCA interview nobody's going to ask you how much marks you scored in September ka mock. So it doesn't matter if you get low score, don't get bogged down by that. Just get the insights out, because mock khatam hone ke baad is when the real learning will begin. It's not during you giving that test. Okay, so that's something that you need to take away from this. And then in October is when you start using your strategy. So September is all about identifying your strengths and maybe using a skeletal strategy, but October is when you truly experiment, and November is when you stabilize with 1 or 2 strategies and finally go with onto your D-Day. That was my clear path in the last 3 months, and this is a crucial one. Perfect. So even if you're thinking that nahi hoga, then that is actually the exact right place that you need to be in, because September month is going to be all about doubts.
True, very true. By the way, Manoj sir is recording these dashboard mocks for you all. And Manoj, do you remember last year हमने वो sectional mocks बना के डाले थे YouTube के लिए?
Yes.
वो अभी भी recommendation में आते हैं बच्चों के, अभी भी मुझे उस पे comments आते हैं, God level, amazing, gajab, like ये सब आते हैं. और मैंने बोल दिया है, I am not a god of verbal and all that. मैं VRC का god नहीं हूँ, तुम्हारा VRC का god तुम्हारे सामने बैठा है. I am एकदम end में.
That's not true, because I myself have learned from this person. The way I attempted VRC changed when I came across this channel.
Thanks man. But हाँ, तुम्हारी काफी तारीफ होती है जब तक बात आती है ना मॉक एनालिसिस की. तो बच्चे तो पहले ये सोचने की कोशिश करते हैं कि यार मनोज सर इतना फास्ट रीड कैसे कर लेते हैं, इतना पकड़ कैसे लेते हैं. तो काफी चर्चे हैं सर आपके. Webu sir. By the way, Webu sir मस्त अपने दुबई में बैठे हैं. हाँ, and he is working there as a मेरे ख्याल से financial consultant मेरे ख्याल से.
Yeah.
And I'm super proud of you, man. You've come a long way. हाँ, seen your struggle, come a long way. थोड़ा बच्चों को बता देना यार, बच्चे डरे हैं, कैट होगा नहीं होगा. Everybody's talking about Blackie and FMS and all that. नहीं हुआ तो क्या हो सकता है tier 2, tier 1. थोड़ा give them some idea.
डरने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. I have always been a fan of basics, irrespective of how many ever mocks I have given or not. Okay, I'll be very honest. I did not give many mocks because I've always been a believer of कितना mocks दो, अगर basics clear नहीं है 50-60% पोर्शन करने के बाद बच्चे लोग मॉक्स देना चालू कर देते हैं, फिर डिमोटिवेट हो जाता है, फिर वही साइकिल रोना धोना. सो मैं लेक्चर से भी यही बोलता हूँ, इधर भी यही मोटिवेट करूंगा. मतलब मेरी मॉम मुझे ये बोलती थी कि बिफोर माय बोर्ड एग्जाम शी यूज्ड टू टेल मी दैट नो प्रॉब्लम, अंदर जाते जाते भी तू अगर बुक से पढ़ेगा नो प्रॉब्लम, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू मैटर इज देयर. So mocks, yes, you should give. I agree to what Manohar said. He had a very nice strategy, drawn up. However, okay, that's my opinion. See, everybody has their own different strategies. Not everyone or anyone's strategy will work for them. So they will have to figure out their own. So whether 30 or 3, quantity, I wouldn't say quantity matters, but yes, obviously to overcome the fear what the students face in their actual examination, to overcome that, and जो भी actual छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं apart from all the theory and formulas and whatever the strategies are, जो emotional quotient होता है, जो मतलब you can say 50-60% is the main factor in the during the D-Day examination. That is what they will learn only through mocks. So yes, give mocks, but I wouldn't say, don't give mocks unless you've done 75 to 80% of your portion. So do 100% of the 75-80% and follow strategy and बस आग लगा दो.
Superb. सृष्टि मैम, आपने कितने मॉक्स लगाए थे? A rough number?
So by the end of when the exam happened, I had given 77 mocks.
77? What the fuck? Serious 77? अरे बाप रे.
So my basic strategy was to study through mocks only. So what I did was spend 2 months on concepts, revise everything, and then I used to learn those concepts or practice those concepts through mocks only. So I had 2-3 registers full of questions that I did wrong in the mock, and then or the questions that had a very creative solution. So it kind of creates a hang or familiarity with questions that would come on the exam. So not necessarily you don't have to learn everything, but it sort of happens कि ये वहाँ पे पढ़ा था, this is how we solved, this is how a person solved. So it might not exactly click, but you would always have a head start than other people who would not have practiced that much. So my basic strategy was to study through mocks. That's how I improved my score in VARC as well, from 70 something percentile to 97 percentile. Wow. Eventually, it doesn't matter if you read less number of words per minute. It should matter that the words that you're reading are making sense to you.
Exactly.
And you don't have to return back. आपने एक लाइन पढ़ा, जल्दी जल्दी पढ़ लिया, but जब आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने जा रहे हो आपको फिर से पैरा पढ़ना पड़ता है. That won't make you efficient. So if you are reading, you should know कि this is what it talked about, this is what it talked about. So my strategy was read the questions, then read the para, and where that question would come, आप उसको और ध्यान से पढ़ लो, तो you will get the option, and then आप eliminate करके you can get to the right answer. So
perfect. Sukhpreet, how many mocks you gave last year? Passive, active, whatever combination.
Passive, active combined, so around 35-40, but full length I feel 25 के आसपास, and sectionals so अलग.
Okay. What was your lowest score in mocks?
Something around 70-75%.
70-75%. Okay. Now, anybody who wants to take this question, but ये बहुत important है बच्चों के लिए. बच्चे mock लिखते हैं, even 99 percentile. मेरे ख्याल से Shanky, you must have gone through this. Even Arpit, you must have gone through this. Everybody has gone through this. That when you write a mock, you don't get a score, right? And then you kind of, then feel really bad about it. And then you start thinking, मेरा A नहीं होगा, B नहीं होगा, FMS नहीं होगा, then I land up somewhere in Baba Gowdy type, something like that. तो यार ये जो EQ वाला जो फंडा है, how do you take care of this? So let's say if you give 2 घंटे का 3 घंटे का mocks, right? उसके बाद वो जो स्कोर नहीं दिखता है, माइनस में जाता है, 50 percentile, 60 percentile. How do you deal with that? If anybody want to pick this up.
Sir, so my basic strategy was that if I'm giving a particular mock and I have scored less marks in that mock, so my next target was that कि मेरे को तो last mock से अच्छा करना है बस अगले दिन पे. अगर मैंने X mock दिया है तो उसमें मान लो मेरा 50 percentile ही आया, आता है, मेरे को भी आया था स्टार्टिंग में, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि मेरे 50 percentile नहीं आया. स्टार्टिंग में जब आया तो मेरे को इतना पता है कि मेरे को कुछ भी हो जाए, बट मेरे को 50 percentile से ज्यादा एक्यूरेसी मेंटेन करनी है नेक्स्ट मॉक के अंदर. एंड देन ये धीरे धीरे अपने आप मूव हो जाता है. जब आप अपने लास्ट मॉक से ज्यादा इंप्रूव करोगे तो एक पॉइंट के बाद तुम पहुंच जाओगे जहां तुम्हारा डिजायर्ड एक्यूरेसी लेवल हो जाएगा एंड तुम्हारा परसेंटाइल लेवल भी वहीं रीच हो जाएगा जहां तुम्हें जाना है. बट यू हैव टू गो इट कि तुम अपने पास्ट को ज्यादा फोकस मत करो. बट कई बार मॉक ऐसे आते हैं कि कंसिस्टेंसी पूरी बिगाड़ के रख देते हैं, तो वन ऑफ द एक्सेप्शंस में छोड़ सकते हो आप उस चीज को कि ठीक है यार एक मॉक खराब हो गया तो कोई बात नहीं, बट आगे मेरे को जो इंप्रूव करना है वो मेरे को लास्ट मॉक से अपना कंपैरिजन करना है और उसकी एक्यूरेसी देखनी है कि इसकी एक्यूरेसी उस मॉक से बेटर आई है या नहीं आई. सो दैट वाज माय वे ऑफ डूइंग थिंग्स.
Okay, perfect. Arpit sir? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Srishti, go ahead.
Sorry. So adding on to this, like Shanky mentioned, the key percentile, don't focus just on the percentile. Focus on how many questions you got right. So if you got 8 correct in this, try to target 12 correct in the next mock. 12 nahi hoga, maybe 9 hoga, maybe 10 hoga, but you improved by 1 question, that is 3 marks. Or so your percentile will obviously increase. So if you increase the number of questions you are getting correct, that's how you will eventually have a higher percentile. Targeting the percentile wouldn't actually help because you won't know कि कितना सही करना है कितना गलत करना है. Just target कि you have to improve on your accuracy. Solve lesser questions and solve them correct. That's how what I learned very late in my journey, because I kept targeting कि I have to attempt all the questions. That doesn't work that way. Just practice so much that you know कि reading 2 lines of the question, you know this is not something that you can do, or you should, this is not something you should do. Skip it, move to the next question. फिर time बचेगा तो you can come back to it.
True.
Don't challenge yourself कि ये tough है तो मुझे तो ये तो करना ही है. Doesn't matter if you get marks from a simple question or you get marks from the tougher question, marks remain the same. So your focus on picking the right questions and getting the right accuracy.
Arpit sir, what's your take on this?
Yeah, as Rishi mentioned that percentile तो यार crap है. First thing, अगर तुम्हारी 100% आ भी रही है तो क्या गारंटी है तुम कैट फोड़ दोगे? First thing.
Very true.
IIM अहमदाबाद तुम्हारी मॉक की परसेंटाइल पे अगर 100% आ रही है, IIM अहमदाबाद हो रहा है तो मुझे बताओ, मैं ला के देता हूँ, ठीक है? तो वो तो नहीं होने वाला. First thing.
सही बात.
So if you are focusing on percentile, you are making a foolish mistake, very foolish mistake. आपसे बड़ा बेवकूफ कोई नहीं है, ठीक है? फर्स्ट थिंग, कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि मेरा भी ये कॉन्सेप्ट हुआ है, ठीक है यार, तेरा अलजेब्रा हुआ है, तेरा ज्योमेट्री हुआ है, तो 10 क्वेश्चन ज्योमेट्री के निकाल और बाहर आ जा. 10 में से ये चेक कर कि हाउ मच एक्यूरेसी इज इट. एटलीस्ट तू ज्योमेट्री पे कॉन्फिडेंट है, एटलीस्ट यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट एट ज्योमेट्री, एटलीस्ट यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट एट ज्योमेट्री अलजेब्रा, एटलीस्ट यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट इन LRDI. 10 मिनट लग रहे हैं तुम्हें, 10 मिनट के बाद तुम्हें कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, एटलीस्ट यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर 10 minutes. That is the progress you would be making eventually day by day till CAT. You would realize आपने वो 10-10 मिनट करके आपको पता चलेगा लास्ट के 15 दिनों में कि आप अब फुल लेंथ मॉक विद 85-95% एक्यूरेसी आप कंप्लीट कर रहे हो. और मार्क्स देखो, एक्यूरेसी देखो, परसेंटाइल देख के क्या कर रहे हो. आप ये सोचो कि 5000 के बच्चों में अगर आप 100% ले भी आओगे तो क्या उखाड़ लिया. 2.5 लाख बच्चा बैठता है, 2.5 लाख में से कितनी नंबर ऑफ सीट्स है, कितना कन्वर्जन रेशियो है, उसके बेसिस पे आपको 10,000 सीट से मतलब नहीं है, आपको अपनी एक सीट से मतलब है. चाहे 100% पे आपको वो सीट मिल रही है, 97% पे मिल रही है, इट डजंट मैटर एट ऑल. The only thing is to convert that particular seat to get into the top B school. That's it.
Perfect. देखो गाइस, you are attending live session of C2C mentors. ये कंटेंट के लिए तुम रेडी रहो, जहाँ पे सब लोग आपको रियलिटी बताने वाले हैं एंड देन गोना शूट दिस थिंग्स एट यू. बट हाँ, अगर आप फॉलो करते हो, मेरा गारंटी आप लोगों को, आप किसी को भी फॉलो करो यहाँ पे, मेरा गारंटी आप कैट निकाल सकते हो. एटलीस्ट आप इस लेवल से इस लेवल पे तो आराम से जाओगे. व्हाट अर्पित सेड इज एक्चुअली स्पॉट ऑन. आई मीन दिस इज द रियल शिट, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. अगर आप इसको एक्सेप्ट करते हो, व्हाटएवर ही हैज सेड, अगर आप फॉलो करते हो, यार आपका सच में भला होगा, नो डाउट अबाउट दैट. मनोहर, I'll come back to you. If you can just tell kids a little bit about कि यार मॉक का स्कोर दिल पे नहीं लेना है, कैसे आपको करना है. If you can give them some idea.
Yeah. So अर्पित को मैं अगर सुनता तो मेरा भी कल 100 निकलता था.
भाई
But
मतलब
yeah.
C2C पे आए ना, everybody
Very
is like
fiery.
same genre, man. And I love it, man. I love
Very
it.
good. So like I do resonate with that because when he said right कि अगर कोई मॉक देते हो and कल तुमको IIM अहमदाबाद देता तो मैं कल निकालता हूँ. Right. So
Perfect.
attaching the sense of self or attaching your ego to a particular mock that you're giving this week from classes, right? That is just foolish. So of course it's very difficult to not feel bad when you don't get the score, but it's about how much time you're going to invest in feeling bad and then actually starting to get the insights or something, the learning that you need to out of that mock. And as Shanky and Srishti also rightly pointed out, how you are going to be measuring the success of a particular mock. It need not be the score, it need not be the percentile, it could just be very subjective to you, right? If it's an incremental growth leading up until November, then you are the winner. अगर कोई बंदा mock दे रहा है, बंदी mock दे रही है and they don't have any idea about what's working for them, and but still they are getting good score, then there's still no guarantee of them actually getting a good score on the final day.
Exactly.
So yeah, this is why do not shoot arrows in the dark when you're giving mocks. Always be very cognizant about what worked for you or what did not. If you're not understanding what worked for you, then sit down with that, post your exam, post your test, and sit down with it and try to understand what worked for you, what is actually your area of strength and area of weakness, because that is the only thing on which you're going to be tweaking your final day strategy. And every mock that you're giving is one question or two questions, preparing better for that final day. So that's something that you need to take away, and not the whole idea of the percentile or the score itself.
One very important thing that Manohar mentioned. So mocks are something where you can test different things. So what I used to do, I used to take lessons from a lot of people. Some would say आप VARC में पहले RC की जगह आप VA वाले questions कर लो. In some mocks I tried that. So I used to write down on a piece of paper कि इस mock में मुझे ये चीजें पहले करनी है, मुझे ये चीजें बाद में करनी है, and I would stick to that. Then after the score, I would analyze if this worked or not. Then in the next mock, I would do a opposite strategy of that. कि पहले RC कर लो, फिर भी ये कर लेना, और पहले hard questions कर लो या easy questions कर लो. और you can have, like in Quants, you can have आप arithmetic पहले कर रहे हो, आप geometry पहले कर रहे हो, depending on your competency of that subject. So prepare a strategy. Mock is what it is. It is a place, it is sort of a simulation where you are trying different strategies.
True.
Out of the mix of that, you have to pick the one that works for you. Doesn't matter if it works for someone else, if it doesn't work for someone else. This is you who we are talking about. You have to give that exam in 2 hours or 3 hours. Should be the best of the strategy according to you. So please try and test as much as is possible, because अभी आप कर सकते हो, एग्जाम में नहीं कर सकते हो. तो अभी आप टेस्ट कर लो, कुछ भी कर लो, गलत होगा कोई बात नहीं, नेक्स्ट मॉक में सही हो जाएगा, कर लो अभी. तो इट्स लाइक टू मच टाइम वी हैव. September you can experiment, October you can build on that strategy, November में you can have crisp insights from that strategy. This is what you're gonna do on the D-Day, and this is what works for you.
Perfect. I have this question for Manohar, Vaibhav, Srishti, and Arpit. How's life after MBA? Manohar, how is it? How is it for you? Arpit, how is it for you being an investment banker?
It's been fun for me. The work is honestly like playing an elaborate strategy board game where you get to tweak so many levels. So it's just been fun up until now. I think until the learning curve exists, I'll be having fun. Let's see what happens post that, if I'll get bored or if I would want to switch domains or something. But right now it's been very good.
I'll just go a couple of years back. I remember, when I was in IIM Ahmedabad, we used to talk WhatsApp pe. And that point in time you were working, right? You had some sales wala job. Uske baad tumne cat bed foda.
Yeah.
Then you made it to FMS, and now you're working in Amazon. You got a huge package, by the way. Everybody knows at C2C Mentors. कैसा लग रहा है भाई? मतलब इतना बड़ा जर्नी अगर थोड़ा एक recap कर ले फटाफट से. Is it worth all the effort?
Yes, but definitely worth the effort. And honestly, what happens is right now, looking at CAD, it feels like, oh shit, this कैसे फुटेगा, क्या होगा? The moment you get the score, you have an immediate challenge कि PI कैसे फुटेंगे, GD कैसे होगा. The moment you get done with that, then the summers come in, and then our placement होगा या नहीं. So it's a never-ending chain. So if you're just thinking about final, like ऐसा रहता है ना कि 10 standard हो गया और निकाल लो फिर life easy. That's absolutely not the case. That's exactly what can be like extrapolated in this scenario also.
True.
And yeah, so that's what, like, the bigger the problems, right? Every time I'm crossing a particular stage, the stakes are increasing, the problems are bigger, but also the rewards are bigger. So it's been fun. That's exactly why I like where I'm at, and it was definitely completely worth it for me.
By the way, sir, Manohar has such bigger problems. Despite being in Bangalore, he hasn't met me. So you can understand how busy he is. समझ लो आप.
I'm not into this. Arpit.
Definitely, life after MBA, talking about being an investment banker is quite hectic. But the fact is, that I do really aspire for this job. Having deep interest in finance and ended up at the end as an investment banker, I consider myself really fortunate. See, guys, problems would be there pre-MBA and post-MBA as well. But the difference lies is that you get a kind of maturity to face those problems, be it financially, be it strategically, or you get that sense to tackle those problems. And having a job, और यार वो कहते हैं एक दुर्गति जो होती है, दुर्गत में वो चीज नहीं कर पाओगे ना, है ना? पैसा होगा तो यार सब कुछ हो जाएगा. प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक है, बट एक फाइनेंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है. दैट्स व्हाई तो वो है. तो डेफिनेटली यार आफ्टर MBA you would be getting enough platform. You would be considered as a elite candidates. I would not say कि आप सब कुछ फोड़ लोगे, but एक प्लेटफॉर्म आपको एक उस पर्सपेक्टिव से देखा जाएगा. Yes, you do have that caliber कि आप कर सकते हो, right?
Perfect. इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग का ना काफी बच्चों में ये होता है कि मुझे IB वगैरह में चलना है. इज इट रियल? अगर हम कहते हैं कि 14-15 घंटा आपको रगड़ना पड़ता है ऑन अ डेली बेसिस, हाँ, ब्लड प्रेशर आपका ज्यादा बढ़ता है, एंड यू हैव लॉट ऑफ चैलेंजेस टू हैंडल. Just to give them a perspective, Arpit, मतलब बाकी तो हम बता ही देंगे, but just want to keep it very short.
ब्लड प्रेशर के
how's life of क्या कह रहे हैं?
ब्लड प्रेशर के ब्लड भी तो बचना चाहिए.
IB. I know, I can understand. Arpit, what's your take on the IB as a जैसे कहते हैं वैसा है क्या?
As Vaibhav said कि ब्लड बचना चाहिए, लेकिन वैभव भाई जब दिखता है कि 400 करोड़ की या 4000 करोड़ की तुम डील कर रहे हो, तो ब्लड ऑटोमेटिकली 4 times या एक्सपोनेंशियल टाइम्स बढ़ जाता है.
हाँ, वो है. That's right.
उसका अपना मजा है. Definitely, our IB is the job, a kind of job that you would be. It is like you has to be on the toe, right? It is living on the edge like a job. You have to be, I would say, the presence of mind, the maturity, the attention, पूरा आपको awareness. These are the things जो आपको demand करती है as an IB. And as far as its reward is concerned, reward are also very lucrative. But at the same time, the cost that you are giving is equally hectic, I would say.
Perfect. Sukhpreet, before you leave, final question for you. Thank you so much for being there. Is it true that IIM Ahmedabad is all about sleeping for like 4 hours, 5 hours, a lot of stress, a lot of surprise quizzes and all that? Want to give these guys a little bit idea that how hectic it's been for you from last couple of months?
So this is what is going on the entire day now. Literally 4 hours of sleep. कभी lucky हम हो जाते हैं, जिसमें quiz नहीं होता, then I get 1 extra hour in the afternoon. But apart from that also, like if you feel that आपके पास full काम नहीं है, then you're not doing things right, because you always have something to do. You might have free reads, you might have a CAT, we have a summer coming up now, HR का prep हो, और ये सब भी खत्म कर लोगे, still you have so much to do. So definitely, मतलब when I was over there preparing for CAT, यही advice मिलती थी सबसे, but CAT preparation is still okay. एक बार MBA में आ जाओगे, then this will be 10 times, and now I can see it. So यही सृष्टि मैम, मनोहर सर, सबने हम लोग को यही बताया था when we were having our GDPI prep. तो तब लगता था कि यार CAT में तो इतना किया है, how worse can this get? But now I know how worse it is. But ठीक है, like there are so many people around us doing the same thing, so you get the motivation to do it, और सबके साथ मिलजुल के किसी तरह हो जाए. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so very much, Supreet, for joining in. Thanks. वैभव सर, आपके लिए क्वेश्चन है सर जी, इंटरनेशनल प्लेसमेंट्स के बारे में थोड़ा बता दो. इज इट रियली पॉसिबल टू मूव आउट ऑफ द कंट्री? अगर हाँ थोड़ा सा, बट बिकॉज देयर आर पीपल इन द रियली फैसिनेटेड कि सर हमें बाहर काम करना है एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. यू आर हैविंग एन इंटरनेशनल प्रोफाइल नाउ, would love to hear some bits from you if you can.
थोड़ा हार्ट ब्रेकिंग होगा. क्योंकि I'll be very honest, मैंने जब भी मतलब जॉब्स देखना चालू किया था, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल MBA कौन से स्ट्रीम में कर रहे हो मैटर नहीं करता, बिकॉज आई गेट अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस ड्यूरिंग आवर सेशंस आल्सो. सर मार्केटिंग में किया तो क्या होगा, फाइनेंस में किया तो क्या होगा, ऑप्स किया तो क्या होगा, वगैरह वगैरह. बट आई वुड से दैट हैविंग अ मास्टर्स डिग्री यू कैन, मतलब इंटरव्यू में कैसे बोलना है वो तुम पे है, तुम्हारा कोई भी होने दो. सेकेंडली, yes, if you are looking for any UK, European or some US or Canada, there your degree matter. But if you're looking for Middle East or whatever the MENA region, then your MBA is not going to matter. All require is just a person who can just speak. So yes, obviously MBA will play a very important role in shaping your character, shaping your attitude, which you require for your business acumen. Okay. Yes, international placements, I would say कि अगर तुरंत अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रहा है कॉलेज से या फिर कोई अच्छी कंपनी से तो ले लेना चाहिए. अदरवाइज आई वुड सजेस्ट 4-5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस ले लो एंड देन अप्लाई फॉर फॉरेन कंट्रीज. अदरवाइज like there is so much competition and nowadays मतलब हर जगह पे मिनी इंडिया बन गया है. यहाँ पे भी अगर मतलब there are Keralites, like 90%, 99% of the accountants I see, the chartered accountants are Keralites over here. Canada, I had got an opportunity, तो वहाँ पे भी मतलब हर जगह पे मिनी इंडिया बन ही गया है वैसे तो competition is very 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 high. So unless the opportunities are very lucrative, as Arpit said कि हाँ मतलब अगर मार्केट 4,000 करोड़ या 400 करोड़ की दिखे तो खून obviously अपने आप बन जाता है. So yes, so unless you get that right opportunity, I won't suggest कि कोई भी XYZ ऑफर आ गया, ओके हाँ नहीं इंटरनेशनल है चलो, क्योंकि outside it is very fascinating and all sugar coated, but inside it's all the same.
Yeah, but do you agree if I say most of the international placements are for finance folks? Like there are good chances for finance kids to kind of move out if they know finance very well. Maybe CFA, MBA.
In Middle East, yes. In European, nope. In US,
right.
Yes, Middle East definitely.
I think even Southeast Asia will have a lot of finance opportunities.
Yes.
Perfect, cool. Last couple of questions for everybody. We'll not talk a lot about CAT. There's something really important I want to ask you all. A lot of people are now worried कि sir हमारा profile नहीं है, हमारा college होगा क्या, हम कैसे करेंगे, right? So one side we talk about CAT percentile to crack interviews and everything, and one side we talk about surviving in that particular B school, which is based on your skill set. So what is your take on this? How students can now build a bit of skill set so that उनका वो रीगर भी हो जाए उनकी बी स्कूल में, maybe they make it to Black or FMS, whatever, and that helps them to get final placement also. If anybody want to give it a thought on it, I think Shanky, you can go ahead.
Sir, so I think to सर ये इस पॉइंट पे यहाँ पे क्लियर हो जाता है बच्चों को कि उनको आगे जाके किस में एमबीए करना है। मोस्ट ऑफ 90% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स आर क्लियर्ड इन द वे कि उनको फाइनेंस अच्छा लगता है या मार्केटिंग अच्छा लगता है या फिर ऑपरेशंस अच्छा लगता है। दे आर क्लियर अबाउट द वे। सो फॉर द फाइनेंस थिंग वी हैव आल्सो प्रोग्राम ऑफ सीएफएपी। सो सीएफएपी में हम जितना फाइनेंस पढ़ा रहे हैं ना बेसिकली वो ऑलमोस्ट सीएफए L1 L2 के लेवल का है। तो तुम
I
एमबीए
know.
में जाके उससे ऊपर नहीं पढ़ने वाले हो, ये तो मैं पक्का श्योर हूँ, क्योंकि मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ सेकंड ईयर में, मुझे पता है कि क्या करा रहे हैं एमबीए कॉलेज में, क्या नहीं करा रहे। L2 से ऊपर तो कुछ जा ही नहीं रहा है बेसिकली अभी तक। एंड बात करें बाकी चीजों की, मार्केटिंग की, तो हमने इस बार सोचा था ब्रॉडबैंड वाला जो अपन कोर्स लॉन्च करने वाले थे, तो उसमें मनोहर सर है ही ऑलरेडी, तो मनोहर सर भी काफी अच्छा इनिशिएटिव दे सकते हैं उसके अंदर। तो हर एक सेग्रीगेटेड फील्ड के लिए ना हर एक प्रोडक्ट है हमारे पास। तुम अभी सिर्फ परसेंटाइल पे फोकस रखो और साइड बाय साइड थोड़ा बहुत स्किल इंप्रूवमेंट पे ध्यान दो। जिस टॉपिक जो तुम्हें फील्ड अच्छी लगती है उसके बारे में पढ़ो एंड यू विल गेज योर वे थ्रू।
True. I think CFAP की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो I think there has been a great contribution from Srishti ma'am, Arpit sir, Manohar and Shanky. And rightly said, it's his part now, it's his domain, Manohar ka, when he can guide students on Prodman. The only thing that we are not promoting these courses this point in time is because August, September, October, November हमारा एकदम क्लियर कट बोलना होता है बच्चों को कि भाई आप सिर्फ कैट करो, आप अभी प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग बिल्कुल मत करो. एंड guys, there are a lot of students, they do tell us that you should be actually opening these kind of courses to kind of gain some more revenue. But I am of the opinion कि नहीं यार, let them study for their CAT, एक बारी वो clear हो जाए, फिर December में we will open it again. So I think that's something, I think you said it in a very right way. So so I just wanted to give a clarity that why we don't have it. I think CAT is very important. ये courses आप बाद में भी कर लोगे. And I think Bangalore का मेरा visit is due for one of these courses also. तभी जाके मैं मनोहर and Srishti ma'am को भी मिलूंगा. I think वो मेरे side से भी बहुत due है because we haven't met since so long. And देखते हैं अभी वैभव को कब मिलना होता है. Anyway, coming back to the skill set वाला point, is if there is anything, Manny, if you want to add, or Arpit or Shanky, sorry, Vaibhav, if you guys want to add anything.
Yeah, just one thing. So say even if you do courses, whatever you want to, even if you want to do say CFA, CFAP, whatever you want, and if you don't have a great profile, okay, December से आपने start किया, no guarantee that you're going to get a crazy good summer placement also. Okay, but what you're basically working towards is getting the skill set so that in that first year of your MBA, you are able to build your profile to that level so that you can capitalize on your final placement. Because I've seen people struggle in their summer placement, not getting one company or maybe getting a shortlist on the 4th day of placement week, but अल्टीमेट फोड़ते हैं ऑन द फाइनल प्लेसमेंट. ठीक है, कंसल्टिंग फर्म उठा के जाता है, गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट हो गए, या तो कोई उन्होंने बहुत सारे कॉर्पोरेट कॉम्पिटिशंस उठा लिए, बहुत सारे रेलेवेंट लाइव प्रोजेक्ट्स उठाए जहां पे उन्होंने अच्छा परफॉर्म किया. सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट हाउ पेशेंट यू आर विलिंग टू बी एंड हाउ मच वर्क यू आर विलिंग टू गिव इनटू योर प्रोफाइल. सो जस्ट डोंट थिंक कि एक कोर्स करेंगे एंड वो मैजिक कर लेगा एंड निकल जाएगा, बिकॉज इवेंचुअली एट द एंड ऑफ द डे फॉर द कंपनी यू आर जस्ट अ पीस ऑफ पेपर.
True.
The most you are shining on the piece of paper is the best for them. So in say a span of 6 to 7 months, इतना ज़्यादा नहीं बनेगा credibility. But maybe in the first year of MBA, so that 1.5 years जो भी आपने work डाला है, eventually towards your final placement, that does materialize. And it has happened a lot. In a lot of the cases, I've seen people who have taken 4 years gap for UPSC and get a consulting placement on their finals. Yeah, so do not worry about that. Just keep at it. It does capitalize, it does convert.
Okay, perfect. Arpit, anything you want to add on a skill set level if they want to make career in finance?
Sure. Before that, I want to just mention that many students say that मेरे 888 प्रोफाइल है, 999 प्रोफाइल है, होगा नहीं होगा. मुझे एक बात बताओ, अगर 10th में तुम्हारे 63% आया, क्या चेंज हो सकता है क्या? Is there any way कि आप पीछे जाके उसको चेंज कर सकते हो? अगर है तो बताओ वो टेक्निक कि मैं भी अपना चेंज कर सकता हूँ. Right? There is no way. Right? So there is. It would be completely futile to worry over the spilt milk. Right? So better to concentrate how you can upskill yourself. There are various courses like CFA or other charters, but I believe that MBA in itself is a full-fledged program that can teach you A to Z. The sad part is that we usually tend to neglect that. Why? Because if you can see that in your MBA college, you don't only have the commerce students, they do have engineering students also, who in future may get into investment banking or other financial courses. जो CFA वगैरह भी नहीं करते, ना CA होते हैं, and still on the basis of 2 years of curriculum that they are being taught in that particular regime of MBA, they do get into fields like investment banking or private equity. So why it is happening? Just because the curriculum that has been framed, its structure, is it like that it is in full-fledged in itself? Nothing is required apart from that.
True.
Right?
True.
So better to concentrate on that part rather than doing this courses, that courses, rather than concentrating कि भैया ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. आपको एक opportunity मिली है, उस opportunity पे focus करो. Better to capitalize that opportunity and let's see the result what is going to happen.
True. A lot of students ask कि मेरा communication skills अच्छा नहीं है, मैं उसके लिए कुछ करूँ क्या, मुझे MBA में उसकी दिक्कत होगी क्या, मेरा interview में rejection होगा क्या, because हमारा com skills इतना अच्छा नहीं है. What is your take on this? कि यार MBA तक com skill अच्छा नहीं है, चलेगा, interview निकल जाएगा, या अंदर जाके improve करो, या फिर job में com skills कितना जरूरी है? What's your take on this from a corporate perspective and the interview perspective?
Are you asking me?
Anybody can pick this up.
Okay. If I would say yes, communication skills do matter, but it doesn't mean that you have to be completely fluent in your pronunciation or communication. It doesn't mean that you have to only use, I would say, higher or rich vocabulary. ऐसा नहीं है ना? It is a way of communication. जो आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है, आप वो बोल रहे हो. Only the medium of language has been shifted from Hindi or Urdu or Telugu or Marathi to English. That's it. So it is completely depend upon you, how you want to portray yourself. What are your thoughts? जो भी आप लोग सोचते हो यार उसको बोलो बस. इसमें अब क्या तुम इंग्लिश की कोचिंग लोगे क्या यार, JPH पढ़ोगे इस चीज के लिए? हद हो गई.
सही बात है. That is coming right from his heart.
Basically, what we have understood communication as, so that is fine. The Indian school structure, society has taught us कि अगर आपको English नहीं आती है तो आपको कुछ नहीं आता है. But that is not what communication is. Communication is, if you have a message, you should be able to deliver it. You should be able to make sense of it to the other person. जिससे भी आप बात कर रहे हो, be it an interviewer, be it a friend, be it a teacher, be it any of it. Like अगर आप बहुत किसी बड़े problem में हो and किसी stranger से आपको बात करना है, तो fancy English use करके नहीं बात करोगे. You will try to explain it to them कि आप किसी problem में हो. Right. Similarly, when you're going for an interview, it doesn't matter. You just have to show it to them कि you have the skills. Even if you don't have the skills, you are willing to put in all the midnight oil or all the efforts required to learn those skills and do what the company is expecting out of you. So ये सारा चीजें, if you can communicate, see, basically you have to bring out your story, how you have come here, and what and where you want to go in the future. So that's how I guess. But
it depends. Sorry to cut you. There are a lot of students, they feel that कि com skills अच्छा नहीं है तो career नहीं बन पाएगा. मेरे ख्याल से depends on the profile that you are actually getting into. If your profile is completely into sales domain, या फिर अगर आप ज़्यादा client facing हो तो com skills अच्छा होना जरूरी है. It doesn't mean that कि आपको US UK accent आना जरूरी है. आपको ग्रामेटिकली चीजें सही होना जरूरी है. इफ यू से आई डिडंट गूगल इट तो फिर पंगे होंगे. बट अगर आप ठीक से अच्छे से अगर थोड़ा बहुत बोल पाओगे तो मेरे ख्याल से वो काफी है. दैट्स नंबर 1. नंबर 2, आपके पास अभी भी टाइम है, आप अपनी इंग्लिश सुधार सकते हो, थोड़ा बहुत काम कर सकते हो. मेरे ख्याल से इफ यू लुक एट मी, आई वाज अ वर्नाकुलर गाय व्हेन आई गॉट इनटू सिम्बायोसिस फॉर माय ग्रेजुएशन. आई गॉट दैट काइंड ऑफ एन अपॉर्चुनिटी और प्लेटफॉर्म टू काइंड ऑफ इंप्रूवाइज ऑन माय कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. तो ये होगा. बट ऐसा मत सोचना कि मेरा कॉम स्किल नहीं है, मेरा रेज्यूमे नहीं है, मेरा प्रोफाइल नहीं है, मेरा सर्टिफिकेशन नहीं है, मेरा POR नहीं है तो मेरा कैट टूट जाएगा. आई थिंक दैट इज नॉट अ करेक्ट एटीट्यूड. सो द फर्स्ट एंड द फॉरमोस्ट फोकस शुड बी योर कैट एग्जाम. बाकी सब दिग्गज लोग यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, हाँ, ये सब लोग आपका GD पे निकाल देंगे, आप उसका लोड मत लो. फाइन गाइस, ऑन अ क्लोजिंग नोट, a very serious question I'm going to ask you, and I want you kind of help kids or help students to kind of understand this. ये एक ट्रेंड मैंने देखा है पिछले 3-4 साल से. There are some students, they're very serious about their career, and there are certain students, they are not that serious about their career. वो हल्के में चीजें ले लेते हैं, एक अटेम्प्ट दे दिया, दूसरा दे दिया, तीसरा दे दिया. They are scared of CAT, so they kind of so vulnerable that they kind of go for things which can make them believe कि यार CAT तो ऐसे निकाल लेगा, 7 दिन का काम है, 10 दिन का काम है. And eventually ना बाद में ठोकरे खाने के बाद ना 3-4 साल के बाद ना बच्चे स्मार्ट हो जाते हैं. बट तब तक ना लाइफ के 3-4 साल चले गए होते हैं, तो वो कंफर्ट जोन में रहना, मेहनत ना करना, इजी चीजों के पीछे भागना. What is your take on this? What such kind of students should do right now who are not aware of this reality? Because you guys have fortified it, we have seen that side also. We have here now, IB and all that सब कुछ करा है. What's your take for these kids? Because मेरा concern ये बच्चे लोग हैं, because जो स्मार्ट है ना वो फोड़ लेता है, हमने देखा है. बट कुछ ऐसी जनता होती है ना, दे वेरी स्कैर्ड, लाइक बहुत वो मेरे ख्याल से इंट्रोवर्ट होते हैं. एंड 4-5 साल के बाद ठोकर खाने के बाद मुझे बुरा लगता है कि यार इनका 4 साल ठुक गया. अगर ये पहले साल फोड़ देते तो 3 साल में क्या पैकेज इनका ग्रो होता. वो अच्छे बच्चे हैं, सिंसियर बच्चे हैं. व्हाट्स योर टेक ऑन दिस? इफ एनीबॉडी कैन आंसर, आई थिंक आई वांट एवरीवन टू आंसर दिस.
आई वुड से डरने का तो ठीक है, चलो थोड़ा बहुत तो डर होता ही है, एंड लिटिल फियर इज अ गुड थिंग, बट इट्स अ वेरी फेमस सेइंग, द बिगेस्ट way of solving the problem is to face it. And also, I'm sorry, I'm deviating a little because I'm adding just an international perception. Communication skills do matter. Okay, within India it won't. But if you're looking for abroad, if you can't sell yourself, okay, then expect anything in return. At least not something that you are expecting very fruitful. Okay, and also the skill sets that we talked about a little back. People are doing courses from Coursera, blah blah blah, just for certificate sake. Guys, reality check, certificates पेपर एक लाइन सीवी में मैटर नहीं करता. वो लोग करते भी नहीं है वो. So if you can't sell that skill, if you can't elaborate on it, you cannot go in the lines of the company that you are applying कि वो skill set हाँ ऐसे use होगा, तो skill करने का कोई फायदा नहीं. तो अच्छा है तुम वो एक लाइन सीवी में नहीं लिखते, क्योंकि that can be a part of your rejection. Then what I guess Shishti said that that I'm willing to learn. That वो अगर let's say अगर वो I haven't googled करके वो वाला तो चल जाएगा. Okay, but don't fake, and you will do wonders.
Awesome. That was a good reality check.
Another reality check guys, जितने भी Coursera और ये Udemy courses होते हैं ना, usually Premier B schools में they don't allow you to write it on your CV. Right. They know this is of no value and has no credibility. Because what happens is you enroll for a course, people go on YouTube, search for answers and just complete the certification. So they won't let you write it on your CV. So don't waste even 2-3 hours searching on YouTube and marking correct answers. Search for a credible certification that will help you learn something, because that is how you will grow. Shortcuts never make you go the full way.
Perfect. Manny, any take on this, on the question?
So having been someone who has actually given multiple attempts at CAT, right, and it took a while for me to even like capitalize on that, because I got 99 couple of times, but one time I was a little lax with respect to my interviews, and that has haunted me, right? I keep reiterating the story that the first time that I got 99 point something, and then when I got my rejection from FMS that year, all I could think of that night was 26, and that was 26 weeks until next CAT exam, right? So just that kept reverb. It's not a good place to be in, but at least there was one thing, there was conviction in each and every attempt that acha mujhe ye baar karna hai. I was not I was not doing it in a dicey manner, that I was not half-hearting, like half-assing it. That's the word, I think. Yeah, I was not doing that. Every time I was doing it, I was trying to be better, and that's what eventually culminated into me getting into the college, right? Point being, it took a while for me, but I do not wish that on anyone, because that's just 3 years of prolonged stress for anyone and everyone, and it's not worth that, right? If it's just better, there were people in my class who had just gotten into FMS in their first attempt, right? So there's always that idea that this guy is also going to be in the same batch as me, and he's also getting the same opportunities as me. Nothing bad in that, but I could have also been there had I just gotten the right guidance, maybe. had I just got into C2C a little like a
नहीं
little
भाई
before
तुम
that for
you were
VARC at least. Yeah,
you were very
definitely.
serious about your career, man. I mean, like sales
हाँ
की
हाँ
job
हाँ.
करके you were very serious.
Yeah, correct. So I was just trying to jumble around also कि
हाँ,
ये भी था
बच्चे ना
कि
कुछ serious ही नहीं होते मतलब.
correct भाई, यही था ना कि I knew that the moment I get into the college also I should at least have something to show for, right?
हाँ,
Not just
हाँ,
that I was giving only CAT, like that was all that was going on in my life. So
right.
that is something which is important. So if you are going to be doing that, then be very cognizant of where you are, what your skill sets are. If you think that ये साल हो जाएगा बराबर से, ये साल आप में करना है, तो वो feeling नहीं आती है, वो conviction होता है. ठीक है, you have to be convinced about your efforts and your ideas, and that's why putting yourself into it is very important, because tomorrow after the exam, maybe the exam goes bad, at least you have that conviction कि मैंने अपने तरफ से full effort दिया. अगर वो भी नहीं होगा ना, then you just keep questioning for the next few months what went wrong and how maybe I could have done or been a little better or something or the other. So yeah, don't half-ass it, go all in if you're doing that. And it's only 90 days. 90-day commitment is nothing. Okay, in the grand scheme of things, these 90 days can actually turn around things in a very big manner. Once you're
Very true.
associated with a big name, then trust me, even at workplace, it just shows. Okay, like आपके manager, reporting manager भी अलग होता है. When you're coming from different B schools, maybe tier 1, tier 2 schools, that also happens. It's very subtle, very nuanced, but it happens, it bothers them. Like I've actually met people, so that happens. Be ready for that. Just yeah, be all in. 90 days, surrender yourself to the process.
So just giving an anecdote of how high conviction Manohar has. So Manohar had Amazon ka broadband PPO last year, but still he was competing in the Amazon ka case competition. So I was after his life, despite having a PPO, why are you competing? Give us a chance or something. Because I was unplaced and he had a PPO. So just telling you guys, even if you clear CAD or make it to ABC or FMS or LIK or wherever, hard work never stops. So you have to make your own space. You have to keep proving that you're worth the brand that you are given the tag of, or you're worth the company that you're working on in, or projects you're working on. So just this hustle or the struggle never stops. Just that you learn to get better at it.
और
Then
यार
along with that you get money also.
You guys are seeing, Shanky, Vaibhav, Arpit, Manohar, Srishti, like I'm being very serious. हम सब लोग दिखते सीरियस है, हम है भी सीरियस, बट यार ऐसा नहीं कि हम खाली सीरियस है. लाइक बहुत पार्टियां वाटियां भी, मतलब हंसी मजाक वो भी चलते रहता है. बट हाँ, जब पढ़ाई की बात आती है, आई एम लकी टू हैव एवरीबडी विथ मी कनेक्टेड फ्रॉम लास्ट कपल ऑफ इयर्स. तो जब करियर की बात आती है, वह सीरियस AF, राइट. तो वही चीज आपको याद रखनी है कि यार अगले 3 महीना आपको जी जान लगा के इन चीजों के ऊपर काम करना है. Nobody knows. भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने कहा है यार, कर्मण्यवाधिका रस्ते महाफलेषु कदाचन. अगर फ्यूचर अपने को पता होता तो हम भगवान की तो कदर ही नहीं करते. तो भगवान ने भी अपने को ऐसा बनाया कि भाई तो मेहनत करो और आगे वेट करते रहे क्या होने वाला है. ये जितने भी यहाँ पे अचीवर बैठे, अर्पित हो गया, सृष्टि हो गई, मनोहर है, वैभव है, शांकी है. शांकी स्टिल स्टार्टिंग वर्किंग सो ब्लडी हार्ड. ही टेक्स DLR का लेक्चर. बाय द वे, अर्पित, मनोहर, लाइक यू गाइस विल बी शॉक्ड. Arpit and Shanky, these are non-engineers, by the way. Arpit is economics honors graduate. Shanky is commerce, मेरे ख्याल से. And these are the best faculties for DLR and Quants. And they kill it, bhai. So they're like amazingly good. तो ये सब मेहनत से हुआ है. तो guys, उतना ही कहना है कि मेहनत करते रहो and don't take things lightly. ये करियर बनता है, काफी seriously लेना जरूरी है इसको. So that's my take. Shanky, any closing thoughts on the question that I asked, brother?
Sir, so my thought will be a very old school thought, but you can hustle for the next 15 years and get your financial freedom, and post that enjoy your life and do kheti and whatever stuff you want to do in Canada or any part of the world. And otherwise, the second thought will be that if you don't want to hustle now, then you have to work and slog your ass for the next 30 years.
Exactly.
That is the point.
Exactly.
So,
continue.
Yes. So that is the point from my side, that if you want to gain the financial freedom in the early years of life, hustle now. This is the point of time you want to create something for yourself. Your parents will be proud. You trust me, sir, this MBA thing has a good respect in the society, because whenever parents talk about that ki my son or my daughter has done MBA from this school, that shows a proud moment for the parents also, because यहाँ तक पहुंचाने वाले तो वही लोग हैं ना हमारे को. and this is a very big thing for them. So that is one thing. And second thing is that yes, you can hustle now and hustle for बहुत ज्यादा हसल करो इस पॉइंट पे, जहां टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है ना उस टाइम को यूटिलाइज करो अच्छे से कि यार ये भी कर सकते हैं, 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 छोड़ो मत कहीं पे।
आई थिंक सेम वर्ड्स थोड़ा, मतलब मैं इनको यही कहते रहता हूँ कि जो हमें द थिंग्स दैट वी आर सपोज्ड टू डू टिल वी आर 27 28, इफ यू डू दैट देन यू आर सॉर्टेड. But most of the people, they don't do that. They do exactly opposite. And then after 30, things that we are not supposed to do, we are bound to do that. We were forced to do that.
Yes.
तो guys, मेरे ख्याल से अगर आप C2C के किसी भी मेंटर से मिलो और बात करो ना, आपको मोटा मोटी यही चीजें सुनने आएगी. Because यार, I'm lucky to meet all these people, and I'm lucky to have these people in my life. To be very honest, I've never made friends. You guys all know my struggle, and I never got time to do all that stuff. So यार, I always feel that sort of a gratitude that at least जब मेरा टीम बना C2C का 2019 में, I met Manohar, 2019 में I met Shanky, Vaibhav 2018, then eventually Srishti, and there are so many like that. ऐसे तो 32 लोगों का टीम है. कल लेने वाले थे हमें सेशन, बट मनोहर वाज स्टक, तो मैंने कहा नहीं यार, कल कर लेते हैं. आज भी बॉम्बे में, महाराष्ट्र में तो पप्पा का विसर्जन चल रहा है, so not many could join. But yeah, I mean, from 2019 it's been a great journey, and thanks to all of you, by the way. And I'm going to meet everyone in personally. वो pending है मेरी तरफ से. तो शैंकी को तो मैं मिलता रहता हूँ बॉम्बे में. Vaibhav, once you are here, we will catch up. So guys, thank you so very much for joining in. And C2C का जितना भी growth है, जितना भी success है ना, मेरा उसमें आप पकड़ लो 5%, 95% शैंकी, वैभव, अर्पित, सृष्टि, मनोहर, सिमरन, and there are like list can go on and on. So these guys have made C2C Mentor what C2C Mentor is today. So guys, thank you so very much. Love you all. हाँ वैभव, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
LinkedIn पे डाउट्स मत पूछा करो यार. +1 रेफरल मांग लो, कुछ भी मांग लो, कुछ एडवाइस मांग. डाउट्स मत पूछो यार. अरे आई एम लाइक इतना
डाउट सॉल्विंग सेशंस होते हैं तुम लोगों के, इतना कंटेंट कोई कोचिंग देता नहीं है. वैभव मेरे को खुद बोलता है केतन कितना कंटेंट देते हैं हम लोग यार, बट यार लिंक्डइन पे मत पकड़ा करो यार, इनको मत पूछा करो, पूरा लिंक्डइन भर जाता है. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this session. Shanky sir will again resume his DLR classes very soon. Manoj sir will start from October. He'll be on and off, giving you some strategies and ideas. Weber sir is already there. Srishti ma'am, we'll see her once the GD pass starts. And मेरे ख्याल से Weber finance, Shanky finance, Arpit finance, मैं finance, Srishti ma'am finance. मैनी तू भी finance है या marketing या strategy?
Strategy.
यो, तो भाई यहाँ पे आप देखो, मतलब एकदम आपको वैरायटी है यहाँ पे. Guys, that's it from my side. Thank you so very much for joining in. Thanks a lot. Signing off. Thank you so much, Manohar. Thank you, Srishti ma'am. Thank you, Arpit sir. Thank you, Weber sir. Thank you, Shanky sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Bye. Take care, sir.
Take care, guys, and
Yeah.
belated Happy Teachers Day. हाँ,
Happy
हमने एक दिन
to
थोड़ा
you.
लेट करा, but चलो कोई बात नहीं, finally हो गया. Take care of yourself,
Yes.
guys. Bye bye.
Bye, sir. Take